Hey guys, Martial Arts Militia here. My name is Matthew. In today's video is going to be a presentation on the SIG P250 two-some. Now I bought the SIG P250 two-some about 4 years ago, and the reason why is that the two-some package comes with the full size, and the sub-compact grip frame modules and slide assemblies, but you only get one SCU, so you got to switch between the two if you want to go use the full-size gun or use a sub-compact gun. And I bought it because the SIG P250 is very similar to the P320, but it has a hammer. So it has a double action only trigger, which requires the highest level of martial arts mastery. Now I think I paid about $540 for this, and this model was made in October of 2011. Now since you only get the full size subcompact here, of course I have to get the compact as well, and I did get that, so that's this one right here. And this one was actually made in December 2011, so not too far from the two-some, and I paid about $460 for this. So now I have I got the full thing, right? Now these two models, I got both of them in the night sight combination. So they have the SIG Light night sights, which was kind of a big deal back then, but today I think that that's usually not really a good idea, at least not on its own. I'll post pictures here up for you, but you'll see that with the SIG Light night sights, they really only shine in pitch black darkness. Now I know the pictures aren't very good, they don't look good, it's not that dim in real life, it actually looks better than that. Granted, it is 13 years old, but still, it looks pretty dang good and serviceable, I would say. My problem with that is that, since the night sights really only shine very well in complete darkness, you'd have to take a shot in complete darkness. And I feel like a lawyer could easily make you look like the worst person on the planet if you had to do that. And another thing is that the night sights don't do well in dim lighting. They do very badly. It's very hard to see in dim lights. And so since it only shines in the pitch black darkness, and I wouldn't advise having to shoot in self-defense, even if you're right, in pitch black darkness. And then the day is kind of good too, but you can't see the light anyways in the day. So to me, it just seemed like it was not a good combination. But I will say that if you get the night sights, I think it's a Mariglow night sights. They'll have night sights, but then they'll have a nice bright orange contrast on the outside of it, so it's still serviceable throughout all shades of light. And then if you had to shoot in the darkness, not that you would, you still could. So I think that would probably be a much better situation where you would have to use night sights. But that's kind of up to you. I've never had to use it myself. Haven't been attacked at night, so I guess lucky for me. But if you're thinking that you want night sights, just know that they really only work well in pitch black darkness. Now for the SIG P250 two-some, it came with an extra trigger, which I don't think comes with the package. I think the previous owner had switched out the one in here, and so he just left the extra trigger in the box. And then with the SIG P250, it came compact. It came with an extended magazine, and so I'll show you here. You can see that I got the SIG P250 here. And then there's an extended magazine right here, which is actually 21 shots. It's 21 rounds, even though the full size only holds 17. So if I was to put this in the compact, it's going to stick out a little bit, right? Because I have a sleeve insert, magazine insert for this area. You got to be careful about inserting that, otherwise you could very well damage the gun. And of course, it's going to work on the full size SIG P250, right? I can use the extended magazine going from 17 to 21. It actually fits flush perfectly, so there's no space in between there, so it was made for that, clearly. Now we can also put it in the subcompact. There's no FCU here, so it just looks like this. Take out the 12-round magazine, and it can also have the 21 as well, but you need a lot of magazine insert to cover that, so pretty neat. Now, the magazines are upward compatible, so obviously the subcompact can use every magazine. The compact is going to use every magazine except the subcompact magazine. And then the full size is going to use its own and the extended mag and nothing else, because the other mags are too much shorter. So so it wouldn't reach to engage the magazine release. Okay, now I mentioned a little bit earlier, the SIG P250 is similar to the P320, and I would imagine a lot of parts probably interchange, but usually the reviews and videos I see about this gun are like over 10 years old, 10 years old and over, when the SIG P320 didn't come out yet. And so at the time people just said, well, there's no parts commonality with the gun. I don't know, but I would assume it's probably pretty similar to the P320 now that we have that, because that was a pretty recent addition. So again, I don't know, but I would imagine some of them are pretty similar. Some of the parts are going to change. The only difference is that it has a hammer, and you can see that here. If I pull, there's that hammer there. So DEO action. That's literally the only difference on the SIG P320. They're both ambidextrous. So I've got ambidextrous magazine releases on both sides. You can change the magazine release from slide release. Sorry, slide release is ambidextrous. Magazine release, you can make them reversible. So I put it on the left side already because I'm left-handed, and so it just seems like pretty much like the exact similar gun. Now they might fit the same holsters. I don't really know, just because you should verify before you buy. But again, if you look at both guns, they look literally the same thing. So I would guess generally they use the same holsters. And as for mag interchangeability, you will see on SIG's website that the magazine for the P320 also says /250, which indicates that they both use the same magazine. But there's one caveat, and it's that it has to be the new grip frame module on the SIG P250 in order to use the P320 magazines. And the way that you can tell is that the SIG Sauer logo is more upper than it is centered. The old one was centered, the new one is upper. There's also finger groove cutouts here that isn't on the old grip module, and then you have stippling on the front, which isn't on the old grip module as well. And then the rail is a 1913 Picatinny rail. The old one was kind of a curved one. So if you have all the new stuff, it can use the P320 magazine. If you have the old grip module, it's not going to work. So that's what I kind of figured out in my own research. Now, if we look at the trigger I mentioned, so the one that came with this package, not the actual two-sum combination, trigger is right here, and I believe that this is it's a stock trigger because it's very similar to the FCU, or I'm sorry, it's similar to the SIG P250 compact FCU, and it's that this trigger groove right here, this part is large, just the same size on the compact FCU, but on the P250 two-sum, it's actually shorter. So I'm guessing the last owner bought that one, then he changed the trigger to that one, and then just gave me the old one. So with that, I figured, okay, well, I wonder if the triggers affect the poles, or if, say, the slide and the grip module combinations will affect the poles, which is what I was assuming. And so I tested that by simply moving the FCUs into all three frames. So this could be any combination from the subcompact grip frame to the full-size grip frame, all the way to the subcompact frame, all the way to the full-size slide. Subcompact slide, full-size slide. Always going to get confusing, isn't it? Anyways, starting with the two-sum FCU, which had that customized trigger. The full-size two-sum FCU itself, which is what it started with, it was a good trigger. So, I just thought that this was it's fine. It's a very okay, it's what I expected, nothing special. Now when I changed the slide to a compact slide instead, it actually became the worst trigger. So basically, when you pulled, the trigger never completed. So either something's being hung up in here and it wouldn't release the hammer until like maybe a few seconds later. So that was the worst combination, was full-size frame, a compact slide. When I put the subcompact slide in there, the trigger was better. So when I say the full-size trigger was good, if I changed the slide to subcompact, the trigger was better than the good. Now if we go to subcompact, take this FCU, put it all the way into the subcompact FCU, that one was good. The trigger was good, just like full-size. If I change the subcompact frame to a compact slide, it also became the worst trigger. It was just like that full-size frame compact slide. something was hanging up on the inside and then the trigger would release too late. It didn't matter how hard I pulled, something in there was getting stuck. So that wasn't good. When I went to subcompact frame full size slide, that was good, just like its subcompact version, so no difference there. Now I took this FCU, the twosome FCU, and I put it into the compact FCU just to see if there'd be a difference, and the results of that was that the compact trigger was good. The compact frame subcompact slide was better, and the compact frame full size slide was good. So many different results of the trigger pulls just changing, slide assembly and grip module. Now if we move on to the compact FCU, we'll say, its original configuration was that the trigger was better. So the trigger here in its normal configuration is better than the twosome trigger. So let me just make sure my reporting. Granted, we're talking subjective reporting, but how is my subjective reporting? I wouldn't say it's better. I think I was wrong there, but it certainly seemed good. Just like I would say with the twosome FCU full size. Changing the compact frame to a subcompact slide made the trigger better. I'm assuming it's actually better. And then compact frame to full size slide made it actually the best trigger. So incredibly good and smooth. Criminal. It shouldn't be that good. Now taking the compact FCU and putting this into the subcompacts, the full subcompact combination was just a good trigger. Going subcompact frame, compact slide was the worst. So just like the twosome FCU, that combination just always gives the worst trigger no matter what. Changing from subcompact slide to frame to full size slide was the best. Again, just like compact frame, full slide. So that's pretty good. Now I took the FCU and put it in the full size the twosome's FCU grip modules. And basically the full size trigger was the best. So even with the twosome FCU in its original trigger was only good, but if I put this FCU in it, it becomes the best trigger. Full size frame and subcompact slide was also the best. And then full size frame, compact slide was better. So this FCU really likes the twosome's full size slide combination better than the twosome did. Now, I think we can go ahead and kind of just show you the disassembly process. It can seem like a lot, but honestly, once you do it like 2 times, you're going to be able to run through them like real fast, real quick. So to demonstrate that, let's see, we've got 3 frames and 3 slide assemblies. What do we want to do first? Well, typically people say that, when it comes to concealed carry, you want the grip to be as short as possible, and then you could have the barrel be longer for better velocity. Maybe not comedically full size, but let's go ahead and try that just to see what that would look like. So we're going to want a full size slide and a subcompact frame. Okay, well, the problem here is that the FCUs are in full size and compact. So let's take the full size twosome FCU and put that into the subcompact twosome grip module. So first things first, I like to put the magazine in the gun first. It's empty. It's empty, and so it will lock back when I do that. And it kind of puts it in the perfect position to take down the takedown lever. So first you got to take out the magazine, and then this one's really rough, but somehow, if I can get them out of there, once it's down, you can put the slide down and it'll come off. So at this point I need the FCU out of here. I need to take it out of this, I need to put it in the subcompact grip module. And the way we do that is that the trigger here, when you lift up on this, it's going to hang on the, well, hold on, before you do that, you got to take out the takedown lever. So again, this one is really bad. It's just super rough, and I really don't know why. The other one's not nearly that bad. If it's going to be a problem, I think we could probably, oh, we're okay. Okay, we took out the takedown lever. Now what I like to do is that when you take out the FCU, the trigger is going to hang up just on the frame, on the grip module frame. It's going to get stuck here. You see how there's no way it can go? The trigger has to move, and you can make that happen if you pull back on the hammer. You see how it moves back? So, so you got to pull this up while pulling back on the hammer, which will let the trigger come back, and then it will let it escape the whole grip module, like that. Okay, so now we got him out of there. We can put him in the subcompact grip frame. And I like to start from the back first, so I kind of put this in the back like this. And then at this point, you know, again, that trigger is stuck above, so you have to pull the hammer back so it slides into the grip module. So I'll pull back on this while pushing down a little bit, and then it will just fall into place like that. And then I can push it back to set it into place. And then we want the takedown lever to come back. I'm gonna put that into place as well. And then we wanted the full-size frame. Oh yeah, here we go. So having that takedown lever down still, I'm gonna put the full-size frame onto the gun. Then I'm gonna lock it back so I can put on the takedown lever. And there you go. This is, I guess, what somebody would consider the best concealed carry because the grip prints on the body the most. So we're going with the subcompact grip. Then we got full maximum velocity here with a full-size barrel. So that is what that looks like. Now this combination should have given us the good trigger. Okay, so not really a big deal. Yeah, it's just kind of, you know, good, I guess, not a big deal. So that was one thing we could do there. That was kind of fun. We could also try to do a discount Glock 19X. So the 19X is a full-size frame and a compact slide. Oh my gosh, we just took the FCU out of here. Well, okay, let's see how fast we can do it then. So we're going to take the FCU out, put it right back into the full-size frame, and then put on the compact slide. So once again, we're going to use the subcompact magazine so it'll lock back, and then I can just push down on the takedown lever. After taking out the magazine, push down the takedown lever. Okay, and then that came out. That went down way easy. So full-size slide is out, and then again we take out the takedown lever. That takedown lever is really nice and smooth on subcompact, but it's really hard on the full-size frame. And again, we're just going to do the same thing we did. Pop them out, have the trigger move back, take it out of the frame. We're going right back to full size. Have them come down with the trigger, push that in, and we've got our takedown lever to be back in position. Now, yeah, that's really tight on the full-size frame, holy cow. We want the compact slide, so that's not going to be too difficult for us. We're not disassembling too far with this guy. So I will put the magazine in, help lock them back out the snap cap, don't freak out. Okay, take the magazine out, and then push down the takedown lever, and we got our compact slide. Now I can put it on the full-size frame, lock them back, takedown lever on. I think he needs a little bit of a haircut, but basically we've got our Glock 19X discount. So that full-size frame and the compact slide, this would be 17 shots, so that's kind of nice, you know. Now this combination of the two-sum, let's see, full-size frame, compact slide, that gives us the worst trigger. Let's see what that's like. Yep. So what I'm talking about here is that when I pull through, I really got to pull through, and then the gun has to think if it wants to go off. So it's like, you know, it's more apparent if I do the right hand. So I know I'm not right-handed, but still, like, I can pull all the way with all my might. In some cases, I pull back with all my might. It just never goes off. You know, it's just not consistent. So that is what I mean when I say that trigger was the worst. So unfortunately, for this combination, this serialized FCU, the Glock 19X combination is the worst trigger for this FCU. Is it also for the compact? Because that was full-size compact. No, and the compact FCU is actually a better trigger. But on this one, it's bad. It is bad, bad, bad. Ooh, yeah. We're not going Glock 19X here. Okay, what's another one we could do? We could do a discount Glock 43X, which is a compact frame and a subcompact slide, which is nice because I already got the compact frame right here. So all we need is a subcompact slide. That's this guy right here. I can just slide them on, lock them back, and we have ourselves, he needs a haircut, but again, a discount Glock 43X with a compact frame and subcompact slide. With this FCU, this combination trigger was subcompact slide better. It's a better trigger. Okay, let's see. Ooh, I think I underestimated it. This is almost kind of like the best trigger, to be honest. This is damn good, man. Oh my gosh. Now, I don't know if, if you guys go with this, that you want this combination, you'd have to actually like shave off that grip frame module in order to be usable. I mean, SIG does sell these grip frame modules, so it's not a big deal. But I don't know, you'd have to really want this combination. But yeah, Glock 43X combination with this FCU is really, really, really good. Now, another note is that you can use this grip frame, can use the 357 SIG and 40 Smith & Wesson grip modules and slide assemblies. Okay, now you do need the actual slide assembly. You can't just get away with the 357 SIG barrel or 40 Smith & Wesson barrel because the dimensions are different. That the slide has to match it. So you can't just put a 357 SIG barrel in a 9mm slide just asking for trouble. Okay, so of course I'm going to give you the safest information. You got to get the actual appropriate caliber full slide assembly and grip module. But anyways, the grip module can use all of them. So just make sure that the magazine and slide assemblies are 357 SIG or 40 Smith & Wesson. Now you can also do 45 ACP, but you actually need a different grip module because the magazine is more wider, so it wouldn't work essentially. Okay, other than that, that's about all I have to. That's about all I have to say about the SIG P250 twosome. I was a young guy back then, and I don't know. We all have our phases. We just have to have everything just to have it. But I am kind of glad I ended up doing this one because it's kind of unique. SIG obviously doesn't make the P250 anymore. I don't think they even support it anymore. So it is kind of like a dead, unsupported gun. But either way, it was kind of neat that they did the twosome thing. I'm surprised they haven't done it with the P320, or maybe they have and I missed that train. I have no idea. But I just wanted to kind of present this video for you guys. If you had any question about the P250, P250 twosome, what interchanges, does the trigger pull change? Yes, it does. And I guess it's kind of up to you if you ever want to, shave them down to get your your Glock 19X or your Glock 43X, discount type of a thing. It's kind of up to you. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave it in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video, okay? Bye now.
You learned martial arts! Martial arts, good!